Well, greetings YouTube, LMS Tactical. I hope you guys are doing good. It's with a very heavy heart that I have to tell you that on Sunday, my dog Charlie died. So I haven't been very active on the channel here. I didn't want to come on here sobbing like a baby and looking like a victim. What I wanted to do was, I feel obligated to break the news to you folks because I know that my subscribers have seen Charlie by my side since the beginning, and he's really become kind of a part of the channel. And I've received so many unbelievable nice messages of condolence from people like Gerald. You know who you are. I love you, brother. I shouldn't be so sad because those that don't know Charlie, he was given 2 weeks to a month to live, I guess about 17 months ago, when he was diagnosed with 2 types of cancer, stage 4 lymphoma and mast cell tumors, which are external and internal. And now that he's gone, I can tell you how I kept him alive, because a lot of people have been wondering, how did you keep him alive so long? I mean, he looked symptom free. You're going to hear an explosion here in a second. They're testing weapons behind my house. Listen, here we go. I guess it was a dud. They've been doing artillery stuff at the range too, so that used to scare Charlie. But in a second, let me pause it. I don't know if I'm paused or not, but of course, every neighbor in the world is driving by now. I made a video on how I was treating him with like holistic stuff, and I'll do another video later on when I've got myself together better, because I think I need to share this with all dog owners, especially dogs that have been diagnosed with cancer. I mean, I never gave Charlie any radiation or chemotherapy or anything. I promised him I wouldn't do that. So what I did, here I am, a retired cop, and there's nothing I wouldn't do for that dog. And I worked out a way to get pure CBD oil, which still not clear on the rules on that. Some states it's legal, some it's not. I didn't really care. I would happily go to jail for my dog. And I was giving him CBD oil, which is a marijuana extract, and I think that's what kept him alive. And it's like my wife told me, and the good part of it is, Saturday he was literally chasing my son around and pretend like he's biting him, and he was playing with me, and he had a good appetite. Everything was normal. And that was Saturday. And then he ate breakfast Saturday, but he didn't eat dinner. And then I was up on the floor with him in the basement all night. He was obviously in pain. He was panting really hard, and I was like, oh God, that's happened before, and I've doubled the doses, and that slowed his breathing down. But he couldn't sleep, and him and I stayed up all night long, and it was raining a little bit. But then the worst part was, his back legs kind of they were weak at first. He wanted to go out, and then he walked to the very far side of the yard and laid down, and he didn't want to come in, which is not a good sign. Dogs do that when they think they're going to die. And I sat with him out there from 3:30 in the morning till 9 the next Sunday morning, and then my wife and I got him up, and he had kind of messed himself because he couldn't stand up, so we cleaned him off and we got him into the house. And after that, he had to go to the bathroom. I literally carry him out. My shoulder's totally screwed up. He's heavy. I carried him out, and I had to hold his back end up while he went to the bathroom, and that's not dignified for him. And then we brought him into the house and laid on the floor with him. And, oh gosh, here comes somebody. I can't make a video without somebody coming here. Hang on. It's like the sprinkler maintenance people are showing up. I'm not in the mood for that. Man, hopefully they don't come over here. But, oh God, he puts it in reverse right when I say that. Hang on. Guy won't make up his mind. He's just sitting there. It's fucking torturing me. So we got him in the house, and, you know, he was panting really hard, obviously in pain, and he couldn't stand up. But he was licking my face like nonstop, and I think, you know, I mean, I promised him I would never let him suffer. And, you know, when you're a dog owner, you have to make that terrible decision, and it's just unbelievable. You know, keep thinking maybe he'll get better, but I couldn't sentence him to another 24 hours of that. I mean, he couldn't even sleep all night. I mean, him and I were just awake the whole night. He was in too much pain to sleep, so I called the vet. And I had already arranged this a long time ago, and she came to my house. I didn't want to take Charlie to his death, and he actually was happy to see her because he knows the vet. And it was just as brutal as you can imagine. I mean, you know, they put the IV in his leg, and I was on the floor hugging him and holding his face and telling him, I love you, I love you. And my wife was laying on him and crying. It was sad. And then poor Charlie licked my face when they injected him. He was licking my face, and his head went down, and I felt his very last breath hit me in the face. And the worst part was his tongue came out, his little cute little tongue. And I was trying to put it back in. But that was it. So at least he had his family with him. And like my wife said, that, you know, a lot of dogs and people in the last couple days, they are in a lot of pain, but Charlie really was having a great time up until, you know, that one like Saturday night, Sunday morning, you know, until the afternoon. So he wasn't really suffering that long. And man, if you got a dog that's got cancer or something, or a person too, I mean, and you can't make this stuff up. I mean, 2 days before Charlie died, my mother died, and so it was just unreal. I mean, I'm trying to, you know, I'm taking Charlie's body to be cremated, and my phone's ringing off the hook from the people in California that I have to authorize my mother's cremation at the same time. I mean, there are some weird, humorous, universal sick sense of humor things. I drop Charlie's body off, and I'm a wreck, and I come home and there's something in my mailbox, and it was a t-shirt I had ordered a week before that it said Happy Pills, and it was a pill bottle with golden retrievers coming out of it. And I'm like, oh my God, you know, October was terrible. It really was. My great uncle was the last member of our family that was a Holocaust survivor. He was in Auschwitz, and he still had the number on his arm and everything. And he passed away at the beginning of October. And then 20 days later, his wife, my aunt, passed away, and then my mom passed away, and then Charlie passed away. And you know, my wife's been diagnosed with uterine cancer, and her surgery's coming up on the 8th, which would have been Charlie's 11th birthday. So I just wanted to thank you guys. I've always known you guys love Charlie. And I was very, very honored, and am honored to have shared him with you guys. He was not just a dog, as you know. He was the purest soul I've ever run into my whole life. And to share him with you guys was just an honor. I mean, you know, I pray to God that no matter what happens, even if I have to reincarnate down levels, I just want to be with him whenever my time comes. He was a good dog, good soul. You know, for 11 years, there wasn't one day that he didn't make me laugh, even if I was feeling terrible. And he was so fun, and just a very nice dog. And if you have dogs, you know, really give them a lot of love. My wife's little dog, Buddy, the rescue Pomchi we have, is, you know, at first he was like, yeah, no, I got the whole house to myself. And then last night he took a turn for the worse. He's like depressed now, looking for Charlie. So I'm trying to deal with him. Of course, I've been cleaning out my truck because everywhere I look is Charlie fur. I couldn't even look at my Charlie tattoo. I couldn't even look at that until last night, because it breaks my heart. But you know how it is. For 11 years, that dog's been glued to me. I don't go anywhere without him. So I keep looking for him. I open the door and I stand aside because he's got to be the first guy through. And, now I need to just take some time and define who I am without my dog. I mean, for 11 years, I've been the guy with the dog, and it's weird. It's like I never could go anywhere without him. And I'm walking around thinking, I could go wash my truck or do something. It's like I don't have to worry always. My friends would know if I go to their house, I'd always look at my watch because I'd only give them an hour, and they, I know you got to go back to Charlie. So now I guess I could go do some other stuff. And I know a lot of people are telling me, hey, get another dog. And maybe someday, but man, honestly, I know it's selfish. I cannot imagine surviving another thing like that. I don't want to be a victim here, but it's no bullshit, man. A piece of my soul's gone. And the sickest part, my mom has died 2 days before Charlie, and I'm so ashamed of this, but it's just reality. I haven't shed one tear for my mom. Is that sad? But when Charlie died, I cried harder than I've ever cried in 55 years of life. I'd never cried that hard. My tears were coming from my feet all the way up through my stomach. I mean, on the upside, I hit a low weight today. I was, what was I? Fuck, I can't think now. But I used to be, so my goal was 255, then I got to 250, then it was 245, 240, and then I hit 239, which was unbelievable. I once hit 238 for a day, and then today I hit 237.2, which I haven't weighed that much since I was an embryo, so that's kind of a good thing. Not a good way to lose weight, but Anyways, you guys, I just let you know I love you guys. I'm not done with the YouTube channel. I just have to, I don't want to be the guy with the big sad face all the time. So it took me this long to stop crying like a baby so I could finally make this video. But I'm so sorry to break that news to you, and thank you so much for everything you've ever said and done, to support Charlie when he was sick. And anyways, I hope you guys have a great November. I hope November is better than October, because holy shit. And if you believe, say some prayers for my wife, because can you imagine? I don't even want to go down that road. But you guys take care. And until next time, LMS Tactical, I'm out.